Breakthru Branding is an online experience that provides you a systematic look at your career. It takes the heart of what it means to really have professional success and combines that with the best practices. And the good news is you can take advantage of this anywhere in the world from your home. You could even be in your pajamas, because when people begin to grow in success, time becomes less and less and less. Now, when I was coaching over the years, keep in mind, I've been doing this for a variety of groups over the past 25 years now. And people would bring me in to do executive coaching and ask me to do something simple like improve their presentation skills. And we would work on that, make them a better communicator. But sometimes it was a bit like washing a car. It only lasts for a little while. And I had to dig really deep because I kept finding, what is it that we can do to really shift the mindset of these leaders? And I dug deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's when some of the big transformational ahas came. When I began to connect the dots for these executives, and they went, wow, okay, so that's what it is? And helping them get onto a mountaintop and take a large look at what their career was like. Okay. That was different. That was different. Because we have limited time, limited energy, and Breakthru Branding actually helps you save time, it helps you save energy and stress, and it helps you save emotional bandwidth of wondering, why is this happening here? Because Breakthru Branding is all about helping you find your authentic self and unleashing your best self, because it's there. It is absolutely there. It's just sometimes we're not as well acquainted with that version of ourselves as we would like to be. So the online course experience is a path to discovery. This is not about a fill in the blank, check the box, and oh, you're going to have a promotion in 30 days. If that's the quick fix you're looking for, I want you to know this may not be the right thing for you. Because while that works for some, it does not work for most. Why? Because they become stuck in this trap of busyness. They tend to believe that if they're busy, they're successful. And you get very busy only looking at what's in front of you, and you begin to lose sight of all of the collateral that might be on the side, or all of the missed opportunities you're leaving along. And so Breakthru Branding provides you a roadmap to what is possible in your career. It gives you a 3D look at what is happening on the whole game plan here, okay? And it shifts you out of autopilot. And that is an important thing to remember. All executives at some point in their career find that they are shifted in this autopilot, they're trying to do good work and they're trying to manage all of these balls, and it's very easy to be there and not even know it. And that's why the transformation through these practices at Breakthru Branding has really surprised many, including myself. I want you to think about it like when you go on a trip. Okay? When you know you're going somewhere with purpose, you look up and you say, what kind of things I should bring? You pack different items in your suitcase. Well, if you're like me, which I know many of you are, you travel a lot. Over time you say, oh, well, I forgot that, I better stick an extra one here, or I forgot this, and you stick an extra one here. And over time that begins to add up. And all of a sudden we arrive somewhere and we're looking at all the stuff that might be in our suitcase, or it might be even in our briefcase, and we said, why am I carrying all of this extra baggage that I don't need? Well, sometimes that's what we need to take a look at. The same thing happens in our life. Sometimes we have packed extra baggage, beliefs that we had that served us well at some point in our career, and we've been taking it along with us, and we reach a point that maybe we don't need that anymore. Maybe it's like when you have that toiletry bag and things have either expired or spilled or it's empty, and you're thinking, why haven't I thrown this out? Sometimes there are things that you literally have to say, take a look at it, take it out and say, I don't need that anymore. And that's what Breakthru Branding brings to light. An important differentiator for Breakthru Branding is that it is built on the fundamental belief that you already know the answer somewhere deep inside. It's a matter of bringing it to the surface. We all have different perspectives of life, and that's really the beauty of it. You know your world, your industry, your direction. I have a different perspective because I've worked with multiple industries. And what was interesting to me was the fact that there were the same kind of stories playing out all across the board. It was like these universal narratives. It didn't matter what level of leadership they were in. It didn't matter what industry they were in. It didn't matter what country they were in. I began to see these same things playing out. And that was a big aha moment for me. And it sent me on a quest. It propelled me to figure out and to actually map out what were these universal stories. How could I show it in a picture that would help you have a mountaintop perspective of your career? Because an important step is having that mountaintop perspective, but also knowing the small things that lead up to it. And my background in systems thinking ended up being a blessing to doing just that. That is when I began to see the real magic happen. The transformation that I saw taking place in the leaders that I was sharing these very concepts I'm talking to you about right now, it was powerful. I want to think about the Nikki story, see if you relate. Now, Nikki was one of those that had contacted me and asked me to just help her improve her presentation skills. She wanted to be able to present to a group of 100 people without being nervous. For some reason, she could not seem to muster up enough confidence to be able to do that. Now, she had all of the credibility, she had the talent and the know-how, she knew her stuff, but she kept being tripped up by that whole confidence issue. So that's what we began to work on. We worked on the details there, but then it came to a point when she said, Kim, I want to be in that senior level position. At this point, she was a mid-level in her career. She was identified as a high potential, but could not seem to get over that hump, something standing in her way. And she said, I want to be there. So we started to shift everything in her brand. We took a look at every single little detail. And one of the important details was her photo at the profile, both internal to the company as well as to LinkedIn. So one of the meetings, we were covering the details, and I asked her, what are you planning to wear to the photo shoot? And I actually suggested to her, well, perhaps you could wear a red jacket. She was of Indian descent and would look terrific on her. And she said, no, I cannot do that. And she physically recoiled from me. And I went, there's something there. So I let it lie, and we went through the rest of our session together. At the end, we were doing the wrap-up, and I said one more time, Nikki, is it possible you could consider wearing a red jacket at the photo shoot? And she started to emphatically say no to me, and she went, oh! And she put her hand over her mouth, and her eyes got real big, and she said, I just realized why I can't wear a red jacket. She said, both of my parents are from India, and the town they came from, the bride wears red so that all eyes are on her. And tears began to fall, and she said, I just realized I can't wear red because I don't want all eyes on me. How? How am I going to reach that next level, that senior executive level, if I'm not comfortable with all eyes being on me? Wow. That was a very important transformational moment. It was an aha that completely shifted her perspective. All of a sudden, she managed to find all of that potential that was inside. She brought it to the surface, and she started taking ownership of everything in her career. And when she was ready for that senior level executive position and her current company wasn't ready for her, another company recruited her. And she is now a very high-level director at a big name company. And the last I heard from her, she sent me an email from the corporate jet. You want to talk about powerful, watching someone step into that power that I could see, but she couldn't see? That is the beauty of transformation and the lessons that I'm talking about here with Breakthru Branding. That brings us to this moment in your life and mine. Forgive me if I refer to my notes, but there's some things that are just too important for me to miss. What I bring to you is authenticity and perspective. I don't believe in playing games. I don't believe in telling someone just what they want to hear. I don't believe in platitudes. I have friends that joke with me. They say, Kim, you're not even so much good sometimes at small talk. Well, it is what it is, right? I believe in just having some of those deeper conversations, and those are the ones that I know make big results and transformation. And I'm not about telling someone just what they want to hear because that's what they want and they don't want the truth. They don't want that kind of depth that can really make a difference. And if that's what you're looking for right now, I completely respect that, but I may not be the guide for you. But for those of you that are really looking for a way to unleash that potential that you have locked inside, you just know it's there and you are ready, well, here is what I can offer you. I know the power that changing our words can change our world. I deeply believe that we each have the power to write and rewrite as many times as needed our narrative. And we can shift that. We can absolutely shift that. People are craving truth, authenticity, and wisdom, and they're looking for leaders like you to make a difference in their world. And sometimes it takes doing some extra work on our part to get rid of the things that are in our way. I know that kind of work. I've done that work for myself. And so whenever I ask you to do things like that through this experience, I'm extra sensitive to what that might entail. I have a profound respect for what you already know. So please remember these things. You really deserve. I know that together we can create momentum in your professional life and even in your personal life. I bring know-how and perspective, and you bring the sweat equity and the knowledge of your world. And together, those things will help you begin to live the life you deserve. You deserve a fulfilling professional life that energizes you, where you feel valued and appreciated. You deserve to have your talents fully utilized. And you deserve to find a professional place where you feel inspired and that you are living at your full capacity, and maybe it even brings you joy in your world. Breakthru Branding provides a fresh framework of all of these things, so you can let go what you no longer need and then put in some of the newer things that you do. So think of it kind of like a packing list for career success. Now, Breakthru Branding is not like a light switch for success. Some people would like it better if we could switch it on or off. And if that's what you're looking for, then I would go for that best-selling business book and take a look at that. I understand that. But many are seeking something much different, and that's what Breakthru Branding is about. It's about transforming the life of where you are and helping shift it to where you want to go. And it would be a privilege to take that journey with you. The number one thing I hear from people is that, well, Kim, I'm worried about the time. I'm already so busy. Busyness is one of those myths that get in our way. This whole experience is designed to fit into your life. You can do it on the run, you can do it in the car, you can do it on a commute, you can do it at the gym, but it's a little investment in yourself day by day. It's finding out that what you bring to the table is powerful, and it's about owning that and being able to articulate that. It's about finding your signature leadership brand that becomes like a compass, a foundation that is so solid that no matter what is swirling around you, which is so much these days with the complexity, with matrixed organizations, with horizontal leadership, with the rapid speed of change, no matter what happens, when you begin to develop that foundation, whatever level you're at, that is true power, and it comes through, and it's unmistakable. People cannot help but follow it. So Breakthru Branding is an opportunity to elevate your way of thinking professionally and personally. And the real question for yourself is, where would your professional success take you if there were nothing standing in your way? And that, my new friend, is the question I would consider an honor to help you find the answer to. At my core, I magnify hope. Hope, harnessing our power every day, and I would love for you to do that, and you can start right now.